What's up, y'all? Happy Thirsty Thursday. Santana, you got your drink?
On water.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Another weird ass episode of TNA. Please go buy some tickets. 'Cause I don't know what the fuck going on. Okay. Okay. We'll be back.
They say if there's true love, you don't let it go. Because those chants are going to ring in arenas around the world forever. Because TNA Wrestling, we're
What is going on, you guys? Welcome to the greatest TNA Impact Wrestling post show in the world of all time in the Den. We are on ahead of Rebellion, so of course we will have our prediction night and kind of get you guys in a loop of other things that's going to be happening this weekend in Las Vegas. Yeah, there was a video that was showcased during the after the press conference went off that is trying to figure out who is the person that's going to show up when lights go out. I've been wanting and hoping that Su Young will find her way back to TNA. Do I feel like it could be her from the video itself? It very much gave that, but I'm not gonna put any theories, any hopes out there of Su Young returning to TNA. I'm just gonna whoever it is, I'm just gonna be excited for it. Point blank period. But of course, this is your Thursday night edition of TNA Wrestling. We got to get into some things. Nikki, how are you feeling?
Girl, I am here. I actually feel better than normal.
It's amazing.
God,
If you had something else to say, because it was like
God did. God
God
will.
did,
And
God did.
shit. I'm over here trying to. Girl, come on. I was tweeting about you.
Me?
Yeah.
Why are you tweeting about me? Is it bad?
Mm-mm.
I don't like how you making that face. I'm a little. I don't know how to feel right now. Like what, girl?
We got into an argument last night, y'all.
Who?
We did a semi disagreement.
What? What was that?
You was trying to talk about my motherfucking outfit.
Okay, well, you brought it
That
up, so
shit hurt my feelings. You know I'm sensitive.
um, you know, I didn't. I told you I didn't mean to offend you. It's just like you was about to, pull up in the Sri Lanka.
I'm soccer inside.
Listen, it's cute.
Yeah.
I mean, at least it's not she by charade. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Joggers.
that,
It's a cute look.
that high ass shit.
She wrong for that. I'm telling you. All right, let's go ahead and get into TNA before we have another disagreement and everything. I want to see how we be on air and everything. All right, so we started off with Josh Alexander did come out to sit on commentary for this match, and then Hammerstone versus Guido, which is Nunzio from back in my heyday, of course with the FBI and everything, and a pretty solid match. A great victory for Hammerstone, especially going into this third match that he has with Josh Alexander on Saturday for Rebellion. So Hammerstone, he has a little bit of momentum under his skin right now, and maybe in the hopes of beating Josh Alexander in that last man standing match come Rebellion. Now, we get here because Ash is still upset at the fact of that she wants a title shot opportunity
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh.
she wants to find a way to get it, right? But
Mm-hmm.
Brookside is basically standing in her way from her to be able to get that title shot opportunity, because it seems like to me that Ash is still upset, still holding on to what happened at Sacrifice with her and Zaya Brookside. They have been in cross and passing, but they're going to be having a one-on-one match next week on the fallout of Rebellion. And then we get a lovely drop the skin routine, Jordan Grace, who's at the airport in Sydney, Australia, of course, making her return back so that she can get prepared for her match at Rebellion against Steph Lander. She sent her a nice little message. She said, girl, you got a 0% chance virtually thinking that you're going to be able to beat my ass at Rebellion. I don't know what kind of Steiner math she did, but that's the Jordan Grace math. And she meant what she said. Point blank period. She said, you can bring out whoever you want. You bring Matt Cardona, but unfortunately, Matt Cardona got some other things he got going on, so he's not going to be there, allegedly. But you just never know who Steph Lander also is friends with. And I mean, Jordan Grace got some friends, I'm sure, that can find a way to get themselves involved if they wanted to. But I'm pretty sure it's a pretty solid bet.
Team USA. Did they cut Camille?
I don't know.
I heard she was at the tapings.
They didn't. Well, I don't know if they were going to show her on the tapings or maybe show her. She could show up at Rebellion. Who knows? Cannot confirm or deny those allegations right now.
Yeah.
And then we get into Joe Hendry versus LSG. Of course, Joe Hendry said a couple things about Rich Swann and how he's going to beat him to the point where he starts to call Top Dollar or AJ Francis Uncle Phil ahead of their match they're going to have at Rebellion. Joe Hendry does get the victory. Last I heard, Camille was going to NXT.
I can confirm she's not.
That would have been happened by now, I think. But yeah, so Joe Hendry ended up getting the victory over LSG. Just a little quick warm-up match so that he can get prepared for Rich Swann, who honestly, truly, by his render, is giving much Juicy J, but we'll get into that with some predictions, I'm telling you. And also, we had this, well, okay, so they were supposed to be, I guess, finding a partner or something, but it ended up being, and they did find a partner, it ended up being Mustafa Ali and the Grizzly Young Vets versus Jake Something, Cody Deaner, and Rhino. A very awkwardly weird team of Cody and Jake and Rhino, but all of them have something in common. That's the Grizzly Young Vets and Mustafa Ali. And well, seems like, you know, Mustafa Ali and the Grizzly Young Vets end up getting the victory over that loser ass team. So we can go ahead and wrap that up. So then when Saturday comes, we can go ahead and wrap it up too. And we can move the hell on about our business. And Jake Something can go back and be in a proper division where he belongs. And then we get a video, well, what's that video package, but a nice promo from Steve Macklin, who let it be known that he is going to be at Rebellion. Now, what is he going to be doing at Rebellion? I have no idea, but I'm sure that maybe he's not too happy still about taking that loss to Daddy Nick. So I don't know, girl. You better figure it out. Just Steve Macklin. And then we had a interesting video package for Eric Young. So it's like Eric Young talking to Eric Young.
Crazy as hell.
Don't know what we getting into with that. Did I freeze? I think I did freeze. Okay. Yeah, because it was like my thing froze. But yeah, so Eric Young talking to Eric Young. I don't know. You know, maybe he's trying to prepare himself for Frank Kazarian and bring out that side of him that nobody has seen in a very, very long time. And then we get into some Knockouts division action with Rosemary versus Threat ahead of their opportunity to recapture those Knockouts Tag Team Championships from Spitfire at Rebellion. And what a nice, these two had a really, really nice match. I definitely enjoyed it a lot. And to see Rosemary get the victory, you know, TNA, y'all have a reputation for the Knockouts division that the tag champions can be beat so easily,
Easily.
sometimes no matter who is holding it. And sometimes, not always, that just lets us know what the outcome is going to be for Rebellion. But sometimes it does. But who
Yeah.
knows? Maybe Decay will regain those tag championships, or maybe Spitfire will continue on with their reign. And then we got I would say, a closing of acceptance with Jonathan Gresham. And I guess understanding or still trying to figure out who he is or what his purpose is and everything. But I definitely like this video package here. Um, I guess him and Eric Young have something in common. Um, Talking to themselves, different versions of themselves, and maybe trying to understand exactly which one they're gonna go with. But I definitely thought this is really cool. I have been enjoying Jonathan Gresham's videos that he has prepared in this 3-part series. What happened to the good TNA?
Mm.
I can't answer that question at all whatsoever. But I think that within a lot of changes in management wise that has transitioned over, has kind of made some fans either turn away, not pay attention to the product anymore, not maybe go to shows anymore or anything like, things like that. So I don't know. It's like, it's not bad, but you can definitely kind of see a little bit of a downfall, but not like a major downfall. But you can definitely see like there's some changes that have happened within the company that have made people, feel a little bit indifferent about TNA. And then we get into what is considered to be the main event. Eddie Edwards and Myers of the System taking on the Detroit Machine Gun Kellys for the TNA World Tag Team Championships. And from my understanding, this was the final match for the Detroit Machine Gun Kellys. And they went out being losers because Eddie Edwards and Myers, okay, there's a plane coming over, have, you know, packed their ass up and shipped their ass on out of here from TNA Wrestling. Now, where does the Detroit Machine Gun Kellys go? I have no idea at all whatsoever. Some people think they're going to pop up at AEW. Some people think they're going to go to New Japan. Some people think they're going to go to WWE. Some people think they're just going to, take this time off to, you know, hang out, catch up on life, and do other things. But maybe it seems like they are officially done with TNA wrestling. I mean, they've been in TNA for quite a long time. So to see them maybe branch out elsewhere as a team, be kind of interesting. So what do y'all think AEW going ahead with TNA this weekend? I think that with what they have like Battle of the Belts this weekend, I believe that with, or is it Dynasty? I think Dynasty is this weekend.
I don't know
One
what
of
the
the
fuck.
two. One of the two. I thought Battle of the Belts was this weekend. Never mind, but I think Dynasty is this weekend actually. No, Dynasty is this weekend actually. I don't know. I feel like with AEW and TNA, I don't think there's much of a big head-to-head thing for me wise. Because Rebellion's on Saturday and Battle of the Belts was last week. Okay, so we're trying to keep up with everybody sometimes. But Dynasty is Sunday, so then Rebellion's on Saturday. So I feel like both cards are pretty good. It's just all about the match quality. We know that people who familiar with TNA's product, that they do put on some really, really good bangers. And then AEW, they put on their bangers too. So it just really just depends on like which one do you care about the most. Who are you gonna pull up for? Are you gonna pull up the both? Do you believe in tribalism or what? Because me, I'm just here to have a good time.
That's it.
To be honest, I don't stress over it at all whatsoever. So, but yeah, so the System retain their titles, and then we hear from Daddy Nick. Of course, he gets some things off of his chest, and states that he is going to be walking out of Rebellion as the new TNA World Championship. And Moose, he believes that Daddy Nick is actually going to be laid out flat at Rebellion. And Daddy Nick was like, listen, I think you got me messed up because you thinking that you're stepping into the ring with Dolph Ziggler, and you're not. So if that's who you've been preparing to step into the ring with is Dolph Ziggler, then you're sadly mistaken. He said he made his debut in Las Vegas, and so he's going to be running it back again at Las Vegas in hopes of walking out as the TNA World Championship.
That's gonna be amazing.
It is, but that is how we pretty much conclude tonight's show for TNA Wrestling. He is also a radio personality for Busted Open. It's crazy how that show is named that because there's so many different things you can think of. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and get into our predictions. We're going to run through these so we don't waste too much of you guys' time. So we have the Countdown to Rebellion. We got ABC and Leon Slater versus the Rascals with Myron Reed. I don't know why they just won't say all the Rascals, because as if they try to treat like Myron like he's like not technically a rascal. It's like he's that cousin, you know?
And he is a rascal.
Why do y'all do that? So, of course, I'm riding with my guys, ABC, of course. And I'm ready to see a little bit more of Leon Slater. I feel like since he's been signed, I haven't really seen much of him inside of the ring or anything like that. So, and I know he's finishing up school or something, but I don't know how to whatever. But I'm excited to see. So
I'm going Rascals.
Isn't the Rascals a 6-man faction? Technically a 4, but right now 3 people technically. All right, and then we also had on the Countdown to Rebellion the Knockouts World Tag Team Championship, Spitfire versus Decay. I believe that Decay is going to defeat Spitfire.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a mess.
I don't care about either one of them, to be honest. So whoever wins, just wins. But does he not look like Juicy J a bit? Like he like one of the old?
No.
I don't know.
He look like Jay Futuristic.
I don't know, but it's like Jaheim. A little bit. I don't know. Just to say Rich Swann, I don't, it doesn't matter with me. Whoever wins just wins. I have no dog in this fight in this. Isn't it crazy how this is Hero 2.0? I don't know. I really don't know. I hate all of the things that happen with Hero. So I would hate for them to want to bring it over here too. And then we have Josh Alexander versus Hammerstone. I think that Hammerstone is going to take this victory because even though Josh Alexander re-signed for an extension, I don't know exactly how long that extension is.
Yeah.
Are you going with Hammerstone?
I'm going with Josh.
Okay. All right, and then we get into,
Josh might be done too.
He might be. And then we get into a Full Metal Mayhem, which is like a ladders, chairs, and tables match. Frank Kazarian versus Eric Young. I don't have much of a big fight with these either, but I'm going to go Eric Young.
I'm going Frankie.
Okay.
Because he just been on the warpath.
Yeah, but if Eric Young over here talking to his old self, honey, he might be come back to design. Okay. And then we get into the Tag Team World Tag Team Championships for TNA. Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers versus Speedball Mountain. I am going to go with Speedball Mountain.
I'm going the System.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So then we get into TNA World Championship match with Daddy Nick versus Moose, and I'm gonna go with Daddy Nick.
There we go. I'm going Moose retain.
Come on, Daddy Nick, you gotta do it. You have to do it. Okay, that's all I ask for. And then we have Mustafa Ali defending his X Division championship against Jake Something, and I'm going Mustafa Ali because once again, Jake Something is not X Division.
Oh God, I don't have anything to say about this. Nothing.
So you're supposed to be going with Mustafa Ali. And then we have the Knockouts World. That it's no limit, not weight limit. No, there is a limit. We have the Knockouts World Championship. Jordan Grace versus Steph DeLander. Jordan Grace is going to retain.
Probably.
Unless Steph DeLander got something cooking under her sleeve that we don't know about. Are you going with Jordan?
No. I think Jordan is WWE bound.
Okay. I think the lights would go out here. Who knows? I mean, if it does, then it would definitely answer a lot of questions on when the lights. Everyone's going to try to figure out when the lights are going to go out. That's the crazy part. So that was pretty much all that's for Rebellion-wise for the match card that would take place on this Saturday. Let's get into just kind of let you guys know what's happening for Sunday for TNA Impact in Las Vegas. So we got Zachary Wentz versus Leon Slater. We have Mike Bailey versus Brian Myers. Daddy Nick versus Eddie Edwards. Chris Bay versus Mustafa Ali, which I really wish I was in person to see this match here.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to see the one with Mustafa and Kevin Knight, which was an absolute banger. So I would have loved to be in Vegas to see Chris Bay versus Mustafa Ali because I know that match is going to go crazy. And then we have finally Zaya Brookside versus Ash by Elegance. And Mayu Yamashita is going to be taking on Jordan Grace. So I think they're doing a fan fest for Rebellion. So they didn't really necessarily put out everyone I think that's going to be seen there from normally how I kind of put the meet and greets and everything, but they didn't post them. It kind of says it's going to be like a little bit of a fan fest, which they kind of only do it in certain areas, which I really wish they would do it in a lot of other areas. Because I really wish they could have did it for like No Surrender, but they did not. So, but that's okay. But that pretty much wraps up everything dealing with TNA wrestling for tonight's show, as well as going over the matches for Rebellion and also letting you guys know what's going on for Sunday as well in Las Vegas. Thank you guys so much for coming in and hanging out with us here for a little bit of time for TNA wrestling. We will be back Monday for Raw versus SmackDown for you guys. And then, of course, NXT. The draft is coming up soon. So we're definitely excited to get into that. I think that when the draft started, we said we was going to release our own draft of what we did and everything, which is going to be pretty funny and interesting to see as well, because our draft is not technically like how WWE is doing their draft. Ours is a little bit differently for other reasons at that. So, but shout out to Battleground Podcast. Check out their stuff too, and always for having us here for the Shakkas Den. And check out the interview they did with Tony Khan. He gave a lot of insight on a couple of things as well. So definitely go check out that as well and everything. Other than that, continue to follow us on all social media platforms at the Shakkas Den. Continue to support us as always. And once again, this has been the greatest TNA Impact post show in the world, in the Den, where it is invite only. Bye, guys.
They say if there's true love, you don't let it go.